Okay guys, here is our AI tutor app back again, and in this episode we are going to add memory in the app. What is the meaning of memory? So suppose I go here and say something like this. I am a backend developer and preparing for machine learning interviews by December. If you see here, it says agent tool used, remember about user. Got it? I'll remember that. And now let's go ahead and start a new chat. If you start a new chat, what you will see is if I say who am I, right? So it should remember what I said. You are a backend developer preparing for ML interviews by December. So this is memory working in action. How this is useful? This is exactly how ChatGPT and other tools work. When you have conversation with that, it tries to understand and it tries to remember who you are. Context. Now we will go into detail of this, but first let me try to explain you what we have built so far and what is that we are building. So if I go to GitHub, you will see that this is episode 3. In episode 3 we are going to build memory. In episode 1 we built agentic chat tool use and session storage. In episode 2 we built the RAG, which means you can ask questions to your documents, and in this episode we are going to build memory, which means it will remember things across sessions. How it will do that? So first of all, let me give you the blueprint of how it is working. So imagine there is a user which comes and user asks something to the system. Okay, this system decides whether that information is worth remembering. Understand this flow, guys. Who decides? The AI tool or the system decides whether that information is worth remembering. If that is worth remembering, then what will happen is it will get written on the disk, okay, in form of a JSON file. It will create a JSON file and it will write it on the disk. If no, then don't worry. If we take this path, if there is something about the user that needs to be remembered, then this information will get appended to the system prompt. Okay, where it will get appended? It will get appended to the system prompt. The meaning of this is, in that chat, if I go and ask, give me a 6-week learning plan of machine learning, it will know that I am a backend developer. Means system prompt will have this information, what is there in the JSON. And then when the user comes and when the new chat happens, right, the enriched system prompt will go to the AI tool. So this is the flow, guys. Okay, you are taking the useful information, writing it to the disk, appending the system prompt. Next time when things happen, through system prompt, that useful information flows to the model. Now I am going to show you two phases of here. If you understand this carefully, right, there are two phases here. One phase is chatting phase. Chatting phase means the first prompt that I wrote. So in this phase it will just understand if there is something worth remembering. And second phase is called reading or appending phase. In this reading or appending phase, right, it will come and append that to the system prompt. This is how it works, and we will use a tool. So as you know, my design of choice is using tool for multiple purposes. Here also I will use tool and I will show you how the information is getting remembered. First of all, let me show you what are the new files in GitHub. Go to GitHub and go to tools. In the tools, right, not this tools, in the app tools. In the tools, you will see that in definitions, one new tool is here. So previously we had generate roadmap, we had explain concept, we had recommend project, and now search knowledge base is also there, 3+1 in previous 2 lectures. And now remember about user. And if you see here, save a fact about the learner that they should remember across future sessions. So this will be decided by the tool itself, the AI itself, their background, current skill level, learning goal, deadline, etc. Call this when the learner shares something true beyond the current message, not for one-off questions. Do not store if you already know about that. Okay, and then description is concise third-party statement of the fact to remember, something like this. So this is the new tool that we have added. This is the first thing, the new tool that you have added. Tool means the capability. And then if you go into app and if you go into prompts, you will see that a new prompt is added for this purpose. So previously we had a system prompt. we have a memory context template here. When you remember about this learner from past session, use this to personalize your answer. So memory context template is something else. Okay, I'll use this now. I will show you how this is getting used. These roadmap prompt and these prompts are from the previous lectures only, so don't worry. Just know that there is memory context template. Okay, then if you go to memory, you will see that there is a, if you go to memory, you will see that in store.py, right, there is a new file, and this file is responsible for storing of memory. What it does, it stores the memory. I told you in the form of JSON, right? So if you see here, memory file is equal to memory directory user memory JSON. So if I go to my Visual Studio, right, I can show you how the current memory got stored. So if you come to memory, right, user memory. So if you see here is a backend developer preparing for ML interviews by December. When this is the time I'm shooting this video. Okay, so this is how it will get stored in a JSON file, and this is where it should get stored, and these are the different functions through which it will get stored. And for the prompt also, this format for prompt will format that to be added in system prompt. Okay, and then if you go to services, right, if you go to services and tutor.py, you will see that here also we have remember about user. So for example, execute tool, see remember about user, self.memory.add fact. Got it? I'll remember the fact. So what is remember about user? Basically, if there is a memory, right, it will ensure that this is the definition of the function, right? So the fact that needs to be there about the user, that will get added. Okay, and in system prompt, right, I want to show you when the system prompt comes there, that will be see here in system prompt, if not memories, if memory is not there, then it will return system prompt. Otherwise, system prompt plus memory context template format memories is equal to memories. So as you can see here, the system prompt is getting richer. As I told you in the whiteboard, right, the information will get appended in the system prompt, and then it will get passed. Okay, and in the prompt we already saw there is tutor there is a new prompt, and this is how the flow will be working. Basically, system prompt getting enriching and going to the AI tool. So if for example, if I say here, how my experience can help become better in AI. So my experience means my backend development experience, it will count. Okay, so that information should be there with the tool. So something, your experience as a backend developer offers several advantages to transition in the field. So there is nothing to be added here. If you go here, there is nothing will be added in memory JSON now, because no new information. And now I will go and say something else. For example, I know Python and Java as well. Let's see, in my view, this is a candidate for saving in memory. So I am expecting, see here, remember about user. So remember about user tool is getting called, and here one new thing is coming, the user knows Python and Java. So this is how whatever important you say, it will remember. Next time it will append to system prompt, send it, and then it will work like this. Now there is one caveat here, guys. This system currently is not built for multi-user login and multi-user authentication. So what happens is, suppose all these files you take and you run it, so this user memory.json, whatever I have written, right, that will be there for you also. So I encourage you to delete this file completely. Okay, just delete this file completely and then start a new chat. When you do that, right, you will create a new file here, and that file will come into picture. So this is how adding memory is using a tool, simpler, easier. You can just add a tool and you can simply add memory. That memory will work just like in the tool definition, you can add it. And if you want to build it authentication wise, user wise, once we deploy, then multiple users will be creating their own memories. So there will be one more layer of authentication on top of that, which is fine. If you are enjoying this series guys, where in the next video we will be going multi-step reasoning, then please give me likes and comments so that I know you are liking this, and I'll see you all in the next video. Wherever you are, stay safe and take care.